Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft episode. Today I want to, well, once again do a bit of a catch-up episode in terms of sorting a few things out. Not necessarily going crazy with quests, although I say that, and in Tier 3 there is a whole bunch of stuff I want to get done. I do want to get some EnderIO bits and pieces done. There's a few things in here we can do. Basic capacitor, this is now quite a bit easier. We've got molten polyethylene, tantalum and manganese, not too difficult either. We need... Yep, travel anchors, that's pretty cool. We can do some of that. In fact, that'll be super handy, actually. Pulsating iron machine chassis, pulsating crystal, assembler with diamonds. Yeah, we can probably do this, pulsating iron. So we'll try and get some of that done as well. As well as doing all that stuff, I remembered last time what it was that I was trying to use the... extra lathe for that we can now make. So we've got the implosion compressor. I still haven't made the dynamite for it, but one of the things that it wanted to make was the very useful scanner, which, if you remember, we got stuck on the MV sensor because it needed a flawless emerald, and to make a flawless emerald, we didn't have any emerald, but we could. We've got this sort of emerald, and from a Terra lens, the Terra lens of course needs a lathe. Now I did actually realize there is another way to get that under coins. There was, in here somewhere, yeah, an MV sensor. So I could just hand in a bunch of coins and get 2 of the MV sensors. And that kind of circumvents the whole needing the emerald lens and stuff. So I could do it either way. I will probably do it the other way because I do need to get a better lathe. So I'll make an HV lathe along the way. And then we just need to power it and put it all in somewhere. So as per usual, I'm going to make most of this stuff off camera. So this is generating RF. I don't know if we'll actually need this, but it's LV tier stuff, so I may as well make it. Yeah, portable tanks. Cool, they built-in pump, which is powered by some magic enemy source. How convenient. Yeah, okay, so we'll make a few of these things and then see how we go with them. Those fuel tanks might actually be really useful. The Yeta wrench. Yeah, electrical steel. We've done the precursors for this stuff, so we can make all of that pretty easily. So let me run away. I'll make a bunch of these things, see where these quests lead, and then hopefully we'll be able to use these things to sort of help us get along. And maybe we'll work towards something a bit better for this this episode. I'm really wanting to sort out my air and water processing, and maybe make some bigger tanks for oxygen, nitrogen, and hydrogen, which are, you know, 3 liquids that we're going to end up using quite a bit. This layout is starting to get pretty cramped and not really good, so we might have a bit of a think about how we're going to fix this up as well. Anyway, I'll be back in just a sec. Alright, I'm back just briefly. I have done a couple of the quests. I managed to make myself the wrench. We've done ourselves the first portable tank. And I did the travel anchors, power of the Enderman. So what I might do is I've put one of the anchors downstairs. So let's just make sure we can right click with anything. We'll call this bees for the sake of whatever. And now if we stay on that, we should, there we go, workshop. And we can jump to get up there, and we can go to the bees. That is not letting me do it. Oh, pushing shift does it. But jumping does that one? Maybe there's a cooldown on it. Yes, I'd say there's a cooldown somewhere in there. Cool, so now I can put a couple of these around. I did get one as a reward, which is what I chose. The other thing I've been doing is I've made the capacitors. Of course, I used some of them to make the travel anchors, and now I need to use the rest. I need to make some more to make the basic capacitor banks. There's a few bits and pieces that are a bit hard. I may not do that. The sag mill is definitely worth making. The alloy smelter is worth making, so I might make the alloy smelter and that. The RF Sterling generator, I don't know. I think the cables from GregTech may actually let us transmit stuff. Conduit binder, conduit facade, painting. Yeah, no, I don't really care about that stuff at the moment, to be honest. Conduits, yep. So the speed upgrade, the item filter is fantastic for the conduits, so we may do that one as well. Anyway, I just thought I'd come back and show the travel anchors. I'll be back again once we've done a few more of these things, and yeah, I do still want to get on in this workshop and make something a bit better down there, but I'm going to need a ton more materials first. So, see you back in a second. Okay, we are back, and I've done quite a few more of these things. I've left a few of them off. I've made this here, which was the combustion generator, just because it unlocks the vat. Haven't done the filters yet. Haven't done that, which is the Stirling generator. Yeah, I don't really care about making things pretty, to be honest. Energetic alloy we will probably get to. But for now, let's plug some of these things in because I do want to get some of it working. Now, what we want to do is we want to run it probably over here. So what I am thinking is I have some more of this redstone alloy cable. And one of the things I realize is you don't actually need to run the the combustion generator. So the combustion generator generates RF, but thankfully for us, GTNH cables, I am pretty sure if we connect that back up, we can throw our... Now these things should all link to each other, and we can turn that on. Yep, look at that. So we are running 115 RF per tick, which is pretty much what you get out of LV. MV will give you just over 400, or probably 4 times that, 440 or so. HV, I'm guessing, will give you near 2000, which as long as you've got more than 2 of these things will actually work. I figured I would put it on the LV one just because, well, just because really. I don't think we're going to need to charge this super quickly. I don't think I'm going to need to do a ton of stuff in these 2 things. So I'm just going to put the sag mill there. I'm going to put the alloy smelter underneath. Yep, they're going to take power from this straight away. And we'll let that charge up. Now, one of the problems we do have with this is, this thing here is, yep, it's still got fuel. Because the fuel is fueling this underneath, and this is still full. One of the things I do want to do is, let's grab our axe. Oops, our axe. Now, I've been disconnecting all of these pipes all over the place for the fuel because I've realized I want to do it differently. And these pipes are all empty, or pretty much empty at the moment. So that one there runs up to, that runs all the way up to the top. So we're going to have to leave that one. But this runs along to here. That one's full. This one's full. I do want to get this stuff powered underneath potentially. So let's just cut a bunch of these. Awesome. Now I will still need that there. I might... Yeah, and that advanced one there, look, we are using fuel up there as well, and that is for the pyrolyzed oven. So what we might do is, yeah, okay, so that is still fueling that. I might use that fuel up if we can, and then we'll be ready to move the pyrolyzed oven, which is a big step, but it's something I do want to do because the pollution is driving me crazy. So let's disconnect that. Awesome. And then we will have, yeah, just the stuff that's going in there and the stuff that's going up the top. All right, now over here, what did we want to do with this? We do actually want to do something in the alloy smelter. Now, I haven't seen a quest for it. I don't know if there's a quest for it. It's probably past energetic alloy, maybe. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. But one of the things we want to do is, we've been running out of water in a few places. We can finally make a reservoir. So we need 4 of these, which means we're going to need 12 fused quartz for each one of these, which means I'm probably going to need either 24 or 36 of these. And they take a glass dust and a couple of quartz dust. Although we do get an extra one. All right, we're getting 3 for all of them. Awesome. So whatever quartz dust we have the most of, and some glass dust, which we have a bunch of. So there's 3 for each, and what did I say? 36 is probably a good number. So divide that by 3 is 12. therefore we need 12 glass dust and 12, I think I've got them in here, Certus quartz, 2 stacks. No, we're going to need 24. We're going to need 24 of this. Awesome. And then we can make ourselves some reservoirs. The tree farm up the top, if I run that continuously, I've actually put an extra water tank on it and it still uses it up. It's absolutely crazy. That is going to take a long time unless we put some capacitors in there, which we'll get to at some point. All right, so I'm going to let that run. It is, okay, it's using 2 from there, so it doesn't really matter if it's split or not. And we'll make some reservoirs, and then that'll, yeah, we can change a whole bunch of things with reservoirs, actually. We can get rid of all those water tanks there. We can fix up how this water plumbing works. We can probably put water straight across there and do one. Wow, the one water tank can actually just sit here in the roof. Yeah, awesome. We're going to do some cool things with that. And that'll be a huge step forwards. We are waiting for a few things to run out. I do want to, yeah, we're getting really low on oil as well. So we're going to have to do something with our biofuel at some point. Probably not this episode, but I will do one little thing this episode. We are looking like we're not going to get that coconut tree in time. Those coconut trees, they have to be biome dependent. I have done so many crossbreeding and it just has not popped. So we'll need to find the right biome for that. But in the meantime, I think we're going to use the fish trap. Greg Tech does have fish traps. It is quite cheaty. I've got one out here. Yeah, it's collected a ton of raw fish. So I reckon we'll make a few of those. They're pretty easy to make as well. Yeah, so wrought iron frame box and a bunch of steel bars. No drama at all. So I'm going to make a few of those and we'll get that set up as well. And now just to figure out where I'm going to set it up, basically. All right, I'll be back in just a sec. We'll make some reservoirs and do that sort of bits and pieces as well. And we'll see how we go from there. See you in a sec. So I have made a bunch of, where are we, reservoirs. In fact, 12 reservoir blocks, which should give us 3 full reservoirs. There did end up being a quest for it. The quest, however, was back, it was actually a multi-block goals over there. Water problems are solved. So yes, get 12 fuse quartz, electric pumps, cauldrons, and get 4 reservoirs. So I've done that quest. We have a bunch of reservoirs. Now, instead of getting the fish catchers made, I have noticed in NEI, when looking for just fish, we've got the GT++ fish catcher, which is the one I've got outside. There's the fish trap, which is the Pam's Harvestcraft one. And there's also this Zhuhai fishing port. And I think I might make it, just because it looks kind of interesting. I'm not sure. You know what? It's going to need fish catchers anyway, or a fish catcher at least. MVT is pretty good. I don't know what Inconel 792 is. Hot ingot. Aluminium, niobium, nickel, and nichrome. Sure, we can actually probably make that. And there's a thing called Aquatic Casings. Same thing, so we're going to need a bunch of Inconel 792. Eglin. Ooh, what's Eglin need? Sulfur, easy. Carbon, silicon, easy. Eglin, steel base. Iron, canthalon, invar. Yeah, so I mean, it's doable. It's just going to take us a little while to do that. I'll save that for another episode, though. That is going to be a fairly gnarly thing for us to do. Now, what I'm going to do for here is we are going to set our... probably... in there. Let's just grab... I just wanted this to look a bit prettier, so let's put... Oh, there we go. And we want our reservoir, and that'll form. And then our bucket for... water. Only one. We need 2 at least. Well, hey, cool. And now we should be able to smack it with a wrench. We'll try the Yeta wrench. Yep. Awesome for auto output. So what we're going to do now is we'll grab our grab one of those. Put it there. There we go, connected. And we can see that filling up, which is good. And then we're going to put another one. We can get rid of all of these things now. Awesome. Maybe there to the side. Yep. And then likewise for that. I'm going to need to climb up there to do that. Now let's just make sure. So we have, let's grab some of those. 16,000 water, and we should see this dip a little bit. Here we go, dip just a tiny bit. Cool, so that's going to service these two things. I will actually replumb some of this water over the top and over to here, because I kind of want to get rid of all of those tanks up there, in which case we can do that one. So that's one of our reservoirs anyway. The other reservoir we're going to want to use is up for our farm. Now eventually we're going to need, or we're going to want rather, more farms. Okay, so that water is over the other side. And it would be nighttime and raining out here, wouldn't it? So at the moment we've got these two over here. You know what? It's probably going to be really, really useful to have a reservoir above water, above ground. So we can do that. We can grab our bucket, put 2 in. We are done. Use the wrench that doesn't have any durability to run out, and then all we're going to need to do is duck through here. Sorry, this might be a little bit dark. We can go for there. So we can grab 1, 2, 3. Throw them in there, to there, to there. Actually, you know what? I wonder if the Yeta wrench lets me do this. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even show the right connector bits. Awesome. So we are now connected with water there. I'm going to need to also get rid of the yeah, get rid of these at some point. So that's 2 of the reservoirs that we wanted to use. Now there was another one in another spot. And I think I was using it over here. Yeah, we got water going over to the train and to our concrete. So what I might do there is I'll add another reservoir up, probably in here. I'll do that between this episode and next time. It's not a terribly difficult thing to do. But that way I can also, between now and next time, clean up a whole bunch of these wooden pipes that are... Oh, we need water in there as well. So, oh, and we're filled up with... Wow, we are completely backed up on sulfuric acid. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to get all that done between now and next time. I will decide where we're going to put the reservoir, probably up in the middle here, and then remove all of those other tanks. I may even get energetic and do some work on the roof here and extend extend the glass through so we get a little bit more light. Yeah, big changes that we can do to our base finally just by not having to have all these water pipes everywhere. May even make another reservoir or two just to be able to split things up a little bit. Anyway, I think that is all for this episode. We've done a few little catch-up things. We've finally got the ability to get EnderIO stuff underway. This thing has finally fully charged up. We used probably quite a bit of fuel. Oh, we've got no. Yeah, okay. So we've got a little bit of fuel left. We've used a little bit, but all in all, not a bad episode to get a few things covered off. Anyway, that is all from me. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.